If you're looking for a step-by-step guide on how to create a social media strategy that will allow you to suck in sales for your business just like a vacuum cleaner, giving you a controllable and a precise way to grow your business, then this is the video for you. Today's video is going to be hugely valuable if you watch it right the way through. The reason is I'm going to show you how to create the perfect message that's both powerful and persuasive. And I'm going to show you how you can show that message to your most ideal prospects on social media. Now, it goes without saying just how good that can be for you and your business. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of my own money promoting my own businesses. I've also managed millions of dollars worth of social media ad spend for my clients around the world. And the reason why I say this is not to brag, but I freely admit I have made tons of mistakes, and I probably will make tons of mistakes in the future. But with those mistakes, I have learnt so much, it's not even funny. And I have made great mistakes and I've made embarrassing mistakes. But collectively, all those mistakes, wins and losses have allowed me to create this strategy that I want to present to you. So this is the reason why I think it'll be so valuable for you to watch the video right the way through. With all this being said, I have spent almost a month preparing this video. I've got over 14 pages of handwritten notes and I've got about 7 pages of typed notes, all gearing to provide you a video that is hugely valuable. So without any further ado, let's jump over to my computer and we'll get into today's tutorial. So here we are at my computer, and just before we get started, if you have any questions about today's tutorial, please scroll down to the YouTube comments below and drop me a line. I'll answer the question with a video or a detailed long response. Also, if you have any feedback, good, bad, or ugly, please feel free to contact me. I'm trying to get better and better each and every week with these YouTube videos, and your feedback would be hugely valuable. Okay, let's jump into today's tutorial. Okay, in order to create your social media marketing strategy, I like to start with the end result first. What is your objective of your social media efforts? What's the desired end outcome? Is it a sale? Is it a consultation? Is it an e-commerce transaction? It's very, very important that you iron out and get clarity around what you want from your social media marketing. The reason being is that there's a whole plethora of different objectives that people want to achieve, be it brand or product awareness around a new product that they're launching or business that they're launching, etc. I cannot harp on just how important it is to really get clear on your objective. Now, typically speaking, people want to drive sales or leads with their social media marketing efforts. Now, what I like to do is think about it as a logical sales argument. Now, what steps do I have to take a cold prospect that's never heard of me or never heard of my product perhaps? What kind of sequential steps do I have to take them through for them to learn about my product, to gain an understanding about my product, to see the benefits, and also position my product or service in the forefront of their mind as the leader in the industry? And then how do I convert them into accepting an offer in and around my product or service? Now, this is a logical kind of sales sequence that I like to think about in order to get to people that are cold and never heard about my business to that objective that we just spoke about. Now, this is very, very important, and this is really the essence of this video. How you can target cold prospects that want your product or service, and how you can warm them up and transition them into buyers and becoming clients or customers for your business. So this is just really the foundation of what you need to get thinking about in order to really take your social media marketing to the next level. Now, the essence of good marketing is research. Now, it's the boring part and no one wants to do it, but it is hugely important. Now, to give you an idea of just how important it can be, and the results, all the results really come from the research that you put in. Because by nature, we are not creative. We cannot really think of things out of thin air. We are connective. So the more you research and read and learn about your prospects, your own product or service, and how your prospects see your product or service, the more you'll be able to connect that knowledge together into a fantastic, logical sales argument that is hugely persuasive. So it's really important. Now, case in point is a couple of years ago, I started working with a company in the United States in the financial sector. Now, what happened is that they had a product that I wasn't too familiar with. So I had to learn a lot about the product and the offer. I also had to learn a lot about the prospects and the clients. How did they see this offer? How did they see this product and service, etc.? Now, it goes without being said that paying me for a couple of months with no tangible results is not great, and I don't feel that great about it. But I'm happy to say that after 3 months, I was able to create a new Facebook campaign, a new Google Ads campaign, and a new landing page. Now, all that collectively took them from 62 leads per day up to 143 leads per day. We more than doubled the number of leads this company generated within a 24-hour process. Had a tremendous effect on the business, both good and bad. Logistically, they had to hire more salespeople, the internal processes, and all that kind of fun stuff become a lot more complicated. But for me, it was a huge load off my back, thinking that these guys have been paying me for 3 months and I finally got some tremendous wins on the board. But it all come from research, and this is the process that I go through. So here we are. Now, when it comes to research, you need to thoroughly understand your product and services in terms of features and benefits, and you want to look upon them as both how you do as a person with knowledge and that thoroughly understands your product and service, but more importantly from the prospect's perspective. So understanding the features, the core features, and understanding the benefits. Now, benefits are what drive a lot of people's decisions. The features aren't so much important, but the benefits are. And you really want to get granular, talking about the functional benefits, adding a dimension to those benefits, and then adding a kind of an emotional aspect to those benefits. What I want to do now is show you an example of how you can think about benefits, both the functional, the adding a dimension, and adding an emotional appeal to your benefits. Now, this is a process you go through with each benefit of your product or services. Now, I'm going to use me as a bit of a cheesy example here, just so you can see an example and how you can apply it to your own products and services. So people who watch me on YouTube have the opportunity to hit me up for a free video analysis of their digital marketing, an audit if you will. I go through their Facebook ads, their Google AdWords, and their search engine optimization, any kind of aspects of their digital marketing. Now in the video I go through each individual aspect, and I show the good, the bad, and the ugly, showing you where you can improve, showing you where you can cut spend, and showing you how you can scale, etc. So they're kind of the functional benefits. Now let's add a dimension. Now adding a dimension would be, I'm going to show you how you can cut spend and improve profitability for your digital marketing efforts. Furthermore, I'm going to show you little golden pockets that you have within your existing digital marketing that you can use to scale and drive huge amounts of sales or conversions for your own business. I'm also going to show you other ways that you could target more of your ideal prospects, and I'm going to show you how you can craft even better messaging for those prospects. Now that's adding a dimension to this kind of video analysis that I offer. Now if I wanted to add an emotional appeal to these benefits, it would go something like this, and this is a little bit exaggerated and a little bit cheesy, but I feel like it's a good way to learn about adding emotion to your benefits. So imagine getting a video audit of your digital marketing efforts that will allow you to cut spend, improving your profitability, showing you how to scale and identify little golden pockets that will allow you to target more of your ideal prospects, delivering them a better, more powerful and persuasive message that will substantially grow your business, giving you that kind of who cares money, allowing you to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want. So that kind of is a cheesy way to add an emotional appeal to a benefit. So with that being said, you want to really narrow down on the real core benefits and features of your product. You want to know how your benefits and features are perceived by your prospects here. It's very, very important. And you also want to talk about your unique mechanism. And you want to understand your unique mechanism or unique value proposition. This is hugely important, because if you do not have a unique mechanism or a unique value proposition to your product or service, you become a commodity. People or prospects find it very hard to differentiate you and attribute to you more value. So if you're just a generic commodity, you really want to try and add something that's unique to you, or something that is different to your product or service, that makes you substantially better, or provide the prospect with a better end result. An example of a unique mechanism or a value proposition would be like P90X. Now, if you don't know what P90X is, it's an older kind of DVD style exercise system that's sold in the billions. Now, I mean, these guys were selling these things like absolute hotcakes, amazing effort. But the thing is that they tried 14 different infomercials before they cracked the right message. Now, this video that I'm presenting to you right now, I'm trying to help you craft that perfect message. Now, the guys at P90X tested 14 different infomercials before they found the right unique mechanism that worked and allowed them to scale to billions of dollars worth of sales. Now, that unique mechanism was muscle confusion. Now, their system provides you with different workouts each and every day, essentially confusing the muscles, yielding you more powerful and better results at the end of your exercise, and at the end or end of the month or end of the week when you're weighing yourself. Typically, this product was gauged towards people that wanted to lose weight or build muscle, etc. So you get the idea that the unique mechanism for P90X was muscle confusion. Now, they tested 14 other different unique mechanisms before they found the right one. Now, I'm saying this story to illustrate a point of just how important it is for you to find a unique mechanism or a unique value proposition for your product or service. Now, here we are again, further on to the research factor is your offer. Now, your offer is more important than your product in your initial marketing, vastly important. And it's important that you want to sell the want of the prospect, not the need. Now, to give you an example of this, a couple of years ago, I spoke to a gentleman, John, who had a fantastic digital product. The problem was that he had an almost 26% refund rate. It was huge. One in 4 people are refunding money or wanting a refund. Now, he came to me and said, I want to drive more sales. I want to get even more clients and customers through this digital product that he's selling. And I'm thinking, this is mad. What you need to do is cut down the refund rate. That'll have a dramatic improvement upon his frustration day to day, not having to deal with refunds, etc. And it'll have a dramatic effect on profitability and revenue, etc. And I tried to say this quickly to John, and he kind of just palmed it off and said, no, I don't want to focus on the refund stuff. And I was like, okay. The light bulb went off in my head, and I said, I need to concentrate on what he wants to do, and I'll give him the need after the fact. So John and I started working together, and I went straight into sorting out the refund issue. It was the biggest win that I could get him really, really quickly. We cut it down to 15% and almost give him about $35,000 worth of added kind of revenue or profit per month. This was massive. He was, jumping for joy kind of thing, really happy with me. Even though I didn't give him what he wanted, I gave him what he needed. Now, he was happy, but then we quickly moved over to driving more sales. Now, this is like a little story to help you kind of get the idea of delivering the want and not the need. Very, very important. You also want to make sure that you're going through what your competitors are offering in terms of what are they offering. And I mean that in the offer, not the product, but the offer. How are they framing? How are they communicating the offer? It's very, very important. What kind of features and benefits of your offer are important, and what are your competitors offering in terms of the features and benefits? It's very, very important. Now, like a little formula I like to work with here is the who, what, why, when, and how. Now, who is you want to be specific. Specificity is king because you resonate more when you are specific to your target audience. So you might have a product that caters for different audiences or different types of clients. You want to create an offer for each and every client because it'll resonate so much more, and you will get a far larger bang for your buck. So, for instance, you might be an entrepreneur. So we'll just quickly go back to my video audit or video analysis of your digital marketing. Are you a small business owner or an entrepreneur kind of thing? So I would call you out. Now, the what is, what am I offering? So are you an entrepreneur or a small business owner that would like a detailed digital marketing video audit or analysis? That's the what. Now the why is the kind of like the strange one where you can attribute some value. Now I offer something for free, so I've got to offer a substantial why. Now the why for me is really easy because it's something that I enjoy and it's something that I learn. So the why do I offer the video analysis is because I learn just as much going through your digital marketing as hopefully you learn from me. Now the reason is because I get to see a plethora of different digital marketing efforts with all the people that undertake this kind of offer that I put forth, and allows me to gain insight into different markets, the way that people do things differently. So I gain a huge value from it as well. Now the when can be a little bit topical. In essence, you could have a short-term offer, you could have an offer that's topical, things of that nature. Now the how is like the format. How is the offer delivered? For me, for instance, it's through a digital medium, through video. So you just sit back in your armchair and you watch me on either on your desktop, your laptop, your iPad, or even your phone. You watch it whenever you want. You can make it faster, you can make it slower, etc. So that's the how. So this is a little formula that you can use to really narrow down on your offer and make it more powerful, more persuasive. Now the last step in research is your prospect. Now this is hugely important and you'll see why later down in the video. Now the three things that you want to target are desires. What is the ultimate end result that people want from your product or service? People are buying results and benefits, not the product or service in and of itself. So spend some time, put your own feet in the shoes of your prospect, and what would you want? What is the most desirable end outcome that you can provide for your product, for your prospect? What are the beliefs that they have in and around your product? Do they think that people in your industry are trying to pull the wool over their eyes? Are they skeptical? Do they have conspiracy ideas, funny enough, around your product or service? Are they brand new to your product or industry, so they're highly susceptible to any form of marketing communication? Furthermore, what kind of emotions do they have? What kind of emotions do they have before they buy? And what are the emotions that they want from your product? Really get really specific and understand the emotional impact that your product or service offers, and understand the emotion that they have during the prospective phase, of the buying phase of your product and service. Now, I'm not spending much time in this, but there's huge value in what I've just said. And speak to your customers, speak to your prospects in a way that you can gain an insight on how they're buying from you. This is hugely important. And as I said, as we get more into the video, you'll see why this slide in particular is one of the most important. Now, when it comes to your social media marketing, this is one aspect that next to no one talks about, but will give you that real added edge over your competitors. Now, it's evaluating where your market is and how your marketing should fit in to your market. So you might have your industry as a whole, but you might have your geographical market as well. Now, what you want to do is, where is your market positioned right now? Is it a brand new market, or is it, at the stage 5, very sophisticated? The prospects know exactly what they want and whom they want it for. They're just very knowledgeable about your products and services. Now, if you're in stage 1, where you're the first player in, you're a newbie, the prospects are low in skepticism. They're likely to believe whatever you have or whatever you put forth or whatever claims you make. But you also need to connect your product or service to an existing desire. Again, what are the desires? Understanding your prospect is very, very important. Typically, a simple, direct style of messaging will work very, very well. You don't have to add loads of icing onto the cake here. Something very simple, very clear, something that has tremendous clarity, that is easy to understand, will work very well in the infancy stage of your market. Now, if you're second to market, things do change just a little bit. Now, your prospects are still low in skepticism and are still likely to believe. The direct style of messaging will still work, and it's more about now find out what's working and then make it better using some of the principles that I'm talking about in this video and just good general direct response marketing principles in general. But over time, towards the end of this stage, the direct claims will become less responsive. People will start to think, I've heard this all before. The level of skepticism and proof needed to overcome that skepticism starts to rise, and we move into stage 3. So stage 3, your prospects are starting to think, I've heard this all before. The competition are starting to say the same thing. It's hard for prospects to distinguish you from other competitors. The prospect's desire for your product might be fading, and you want to really now to start to demonstrate and substantiate your unique mechanism or unique value proposition. As I said before, this is hugely important when you are starting to get into this level of competition. You want to show how your unique mechanism or your unique value proposition helps your prospect achieve the old desired outcome in a better way. Now, that's a really important kind of sentence and something that you really want to think about for a good period of time. Now, your unique mechanism here, and I said UN instead of UM, it doesn't have to be sciencey. That's a little mistake there, sorry. But it doesn't have to be sciencey. It can be something that's just a process based. So something that you take a prospect through a process, therefore you achieve a better end result. It can be just like I said with P90X, for instance. But as we move into stage 4, you'll see how things become more complicated again. So here we are in stage 4. People are starting to copy your unique mechanism. Again, I've made the mistake. I really do apologize about that. Or unique value proposition. People are starting to steal each other's unique value propositions or unique mechanisms. And here you want to create a new unique value proposition or extend upon the old one. Now, as an example to extend upon the old one would be if you had a supplement that was selling really well, but you noticed that conversion rates started to drop. What you could do is revisit your supplement formula and somehow increase the bioavailability of that product or supplement. So in essence, you're creating a better product. You're able to get more of the nutrients that the prospect wants into their body for them to absorb and to get more of the benefits out of, in essence. So that's a way to extend your unique mechanism or unique value proposition. Here we are at stage 5. Nothing is working. Here you want to go back to the prospect themselves, and that's why spending time learning and understanding your prospects is hugely valuable. Here you want to call out their deepest emotions or state of mind regarding your product or service. Topical news here might help, for instance, and I'm going to give you an example of this in a moment. You want to identify and build rapport with your prospect and say, I understand where you are, I'm just like you, and therefore they start to build trust with that kind of messaging, and they will be able to find that connection of, yes, this person understands, I have rapport with them, and they may be able to help me get to this end result that I want. You really want to go with a dominant emotion approach, and I'm going to show you an example of this. So here we have an example here of a sales letter that was mailed, and I'm talking mailed in the old school direct mail type, and it was also put into web format. This was sent to millions of people in the financial sector back in 2007, where there was a lot of skepticism around people and executives and CEOs ripping people off, etc. So here we can see lies, lies, lies. Now this was written by one of the world's greatest ever copywriters in Gary Benzavenga. Now, why we investors are fed up with everyone lying to us, so going down that kind of anger conspiracy route, that's the type of emotion. Not talking about any real benefits here, but getting rich is the best revenge. That is kind of the benefit. The smartest way is to do it in 2007. The best and worst investments now. So we start to hit benefits a little bit later. And as we go through, it's about righteous anger, getting revenge. And the revenge is getting rich. Showing these top executive people that, I'm just as good as you, or as I'm better because I'm making money even though you're trying to rip me off. So it gives you an example of going back to the prospect and building rapport and how the market is right now, calling out the prospect, talking to their dominant emotions that they have within and around your product and services. Now, I like to think of sequential marketing, or this kind of marketing process or a marketing funnel, very much like dating. Now, when you first start to date someone, or if hypothetically you're married or in a relationship, that you are just starting to imagine that you are just starting to date someone, you kind of can't ask for marriage on the first date. You can technically, but it's crazy. It doesn't matter whether it's male to female, or female to male, or whatever, how you want to think of that, male to male, female to female, whatever. It doesn't matter. On the first initial date, no one knows who you are. You're very cold to each other. They don't understand the value, to put it in a marketing sense, of what you have to offer as a potential companion or long-term companion. The benefits that you have, really kind of looking at this in a really weird way. But people don't know. Your first date companion won't know if you're a good person or a bad person, etc. But if you take them through a sequential kind of dating process or marketing funnel kind of thing, they will understand all the good things about you and all the bad things about you, and that they'll be able to see whether you're the right fit for them. So after a couple of dates, you can ask, probably shouldn't ask for marriage, but you get the idea that you'll have a better chance of success for asking for marriage. So you're moving people from like a cold awareness into interaction, down to interest, and into action. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about, is how do you build this sequential marketing process or funnel for your own business. So here's the marketing funnel in a bit more of a detailed fashion. So up the top, we have traffic. It can be from Google, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, direct traffic, etc. Now, the top of the funnel is about attracting visitors. We want to offer valuable content such as white papers, ebooks, etc., things of that nature. Then we want to move them into the second, third, fourth date, the middle of the funnel. Here we move them closer to becoming a customer. We want to move them into more valuable content that positions you and your product or services as the right fit for them to achieve that desired end result that they want. And the bottom of funnel is typically more along the lines of something that as an offer. So essentially my offer of the digital marketing audit analysis video. Yours could be a checklist, a white paper, a consultation, a trial, etc. And I'm going to get into this more and more as we go through in the next couple of slides, where we're getting through this video really quickly now, and it's not long until we've got this all together. And at the end, I'm going to show you an example of how this can all come about just for you. So top of funnel targeting. These are to cold audiences. Now, some of the Facebook audiences and social media marketing audiences I like to use are custom audiences and lookalike audiences based on behavior. Behavior is king. So once you start basing your marketing on behavior, you do far better. So, believe what people say, believe what people do and not what they say. That old adage has been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years for a reason. You want to believe people's behaviors, not the words that come out of their mouth. So you can create lookalike audiences, and I'm not going to show you how to do that, but I have got videos in my past YouTube past that cover all this fun stuff. So lookalike audiences based on customer list, user engagement, people who watched XYZ percentage of a video. So if you have a 5-minute video, for instance, and people watch 75% or more, that they're very interested in and around your product and services. So these top 25% that spent the most time, they've got through your first date and they're happy. Now you want to show them middle of funnel content and bottom of funnel content, and trying to get that second and third date, and trying to get that marriage, trying to get that uptake of that offer that you have for that specific audience. Again, micro conversions if you're e-commerce, add to cart, or they viewed a specific page. You've also got interest targeting. Potential content pieces are videos just like this, top of funnel that people find interesting, that they will learn a huge amount, and that you'll likely see me as someone that knows what they're talking about. So if you're interested in social media marketing, you might want to uptake that offer that I put out because you've sat through a large chunk of this video now, and you are starting to understand that I know a fair bit about this stuff, for instance. So what kind of material can you put out that is similar to this video as an example? Something that's newsworthy, that's curiosity based or entertaining, or addresses a common problem. There's heaps of different top of funnel kind of content pieces, but these are just some of the best ones that I like to use with my own businesses and also with clients as well. Now, as we move into the middle and bottom of funnel content, we want to move into more custom audiences. So people that have interacted with us, interacted with our top of funnel content ideally. So these are people that have completed a desired action, such as viewing a specific page, watched XYZ percentage of a video, things of that nature, still based on heavily on behavior. They might have purchased a tripwire, or they went in and took a trial of your product, etc., or something of that nature. A dynamic product remarketing works very well if you're e-commerce, or they completed some kind of micro commitment or micro action within your business or your marketing, for instance. So these are ideal custom audiences to be pitching your bottom or middle stage type of content. Oh, I've skipped through just a little bit there. So here we are back to the middle and bottom of content. So you want to be, ideally here, you're targeting people who have showed moderate to a high level of behavioral interest or intent on your top of funnel content. So you're starting to really get an idea now of how to kind of position this and stagger and make these sequential processes. Types of content here are definitely case studies, product demonstration, checklists, guides, webinars, workshops, some kind of unique offer. You can start to pitch marriage now. So yeah, if you have a unique offer for a specific audience, fantastic. This is again where you want to start to pitch this type of stuff. Now an example. Again, I'm just going to use the example that I've been using throughout this video as it's something that I just understand, and I actually don't do this for myself because really I'm just too busy working in my other businesses and working for clients, and I just haven't been able to iron out this funnel, so to speak. But for all intensive purposes, let's go through it anyway. So the top of funnel will be very much an educational video for me, just like this one that you're sitting through now. Focus on you and helping you on how you can do marketing better for yourself. You want to make really actionable and insightful content here. Again, like I said, if I make good content, you'll probably understand that I know something in and about this. So can you create content that people will get a very good understanding, and it will position you as someone, as an authority in your industry, be it geographically or industry-wide. Now, middle of funnel content for myself would be people who watched, maybe 75% of this video. I could then offer a second piece of content that's very similar, perhaps on how to create custom audiences and lookalike audiences, which would be, something that is very seamlessly connects to this video as an instance. I could also show case studies and testimonials of previous results as middle of funnel kind of content. Now, as we move on to bottom of funnel content, I could offer you the chance to fill in a form and get this digital marketing video analysis that I go through. Your Google AdWords, your Facebook, search engine optimization, email, landing pages, things of that nature, all done via video. You can watch it whenever you want. You can speed it up. You can slow it down. You can watch it repetitively. It's for you. It's private, and things of that nature. I go through the good, the bad, the ugly, as it says here, allowing you, in essence, to improve your own marketing. So that would be the offer that I would show. So with all this being said, you now have the tools to create a fantastic social media marketing strategy for yourself. But just before you jump off and click away, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave any feedback down the bottom, either with questions or with positive feedback or negative feedback on how I can improve this in video. And just before you go, if you want to take me up on that offer of the digital marketing audit or analysis, head over to my website at branhamel.com. Here, all you have to do is scroll down to the bottom of the website, click How May I Contact Bren, fill out this form. I'll get back in contact you, or one of my assistants will, and we'll schedule a time where we can quickly talk. I can get access to your accounts and marketing assets and things of that nature, and I can go through and create this video for you. So if you want to do that, whip over to my website and fill out the form, and I look forward to doing that for you and learning from your marketing efforts in the digital marketing space. So this concludes today's video. If you've enjoyed it, fantastic, give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.